Good afternoon, all the attendees. This is Arbuda Dave. I believe Khanjan and Ayush, my voice is audible and pretty clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, great. So this is Arbuda Dave, and with me I have Khanjan and Ayush. They are from the data scientist team. I'm from the sales and marketing team. So today in this particular webinar, we are going to cover a very wonderful topic, which is how to spot your customers before their attrition from your business. So all the existing customers, those who already know Smarten, you might have seen the assisted predictive modeling capabilities of Smarten, but for all the new attendees, I'll just give you a very, very brief of Smarten and what is the citizen data scientist culture, and then a little bit brief Ayush will give on the topic of today, and then we can show the tool in action. So this is how we are going to proceed. So basically, Smarten is an augmented analytics platform, and today the topic which we are going to cover is assisted predictive analytics for citizen data scientists. So citizen data scientist is a term given by Gartner, and according to Gartner, citizen data scientist is any role within an organization or any user, those who are from non-data science background, and with the help of tools like Smarten, which is an augmented analytics platform, they can create, share, and use predictive use cases without writing any statistical algorithm. So today we are going to see how we will do it. So in the next slide, I'll just give you a very, very brief of Smarten and its features. So basically, we call Smarten as a traditional BI and modern BI in one platform. So you get all the traditional BI components and modern BI components under one umbrella. So Smarten provides you reports and dashboards. So you can have reports, dashboards created. You can also have cross-tab and tabular reports. It also provides you pixel perfect print reports. So in case if you have any typical format reports, maybe your schedule 6 balance sheet or a ledger report or your invoices or anything, even those can be created from Smarten. It provides geo maps. And in the modern BI segment, we have self-serve data preparation, which allows users to prepare the data without writing any ETL scripts or SQL queries. It also provides key influencer analytics. So if whenever a user is creating any predictive use case, system has the capability of automatically identifying the target as well as the predictors which will affect the target. Not only that, it will also give you a small report on up to what extent the predictors are affecting your target. Then assisted predictive modeling, which we are going to see in today's webinar. So in assisted predictive modeling, users can create, share, and use predictive analytics without writing any statistical algorithm or without writing any tools like R and Python, or without using any tools like R and Python. Then it also has sentiment analysis. So wherein, if any organization is collecting any text related data, it can be from your, internal employee rating form, or maybe your customer feedback form, or your data coming from your social media handles. That text data can be analyzed, and you can get an idea whether the customers or maybe employees or your users have a positive, negative, or neutral sentiment towards you can analyze the data and you can identify the sentiment. Anomaly alerts, this is going to come in the upcoming version. So system has the capability of automatically identifying the anomaly within the data, and it will notify the users. Clickless analytics, it is NLP component of Smarten, wherein users will get a Google search kind of an environment. They can simply type in the query and it comes up with the answers in the form of a table or maybe a name or a graph or chart, anything. And this is not just column based filters. It will understand all your questions related to season or maybe festivals or your time series related questions or any questions like all your WH questions. So it understands like how humans interact in normal language. So basically, this is all these are the components which are within Smarten. We can move to the next slide, Ayush. Yeah. So today's topic, which is like assisted predictive modeling. So I'll just hand over my team. They will explain it well. So yeah, over to you, Ayush.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are looking into assistive predictive modeling of Smarten. And what is the assisted predictive modeling? You can say that you want to predict for sales, future sales, or something like statistical model like correlations and all that kind of capabilities we are covering in our assistive predictive modeling. You don't have to write any kind of scripts or codes for that particular algorithms. You are getting all the assistance from our model, like uh, if you want to predict the fraud for credit card you are providing. So system will select the target fraud and predictors for you, and you have to like go through step by step in our demo today. And the interpretation we are giving in assistive predictive modeling is like very simple English language, and anyone can understand that the particular interpretation that we are giving. And we are also giving the real-time prediction for this particular module of Smarten. Yeah. Today's case is like e-commerce customer churn analytics. So as we know, e-commerce is very competitive field. After the lockdown, COVID lockdown, there are so many e-commerce companies. They are providing such offers and all that kind of all that kind of offering you giving to the customer. So in this particular use case, like if you are a e-commerce company, and and your customer is giving going leaving your company and going to your rival company or competitor company. So how to spot that customer that are going to your competitor company, and uh, all that part are how it is affects your business, and all that part we are covering we here. Benefits of this use cases is like if you can spot the customer is leaving earlier, so you can save that customer by offering them uh, uh, some kind of rewards or coupons or anything else to attract the customers. Okay. Today's target variable is customer churn status, which is binary target, yes or simply yes or no one. And the influencer factors are tenure, since how tenure is like since how long the customer is buying from your company. Complaint, if customer has raised any complaint in last month, last order, when the last order was put by the particular customer. Number of devices, like how many devices he is using platform, your like there is phone application or computer or some other some other relative of that particular customer is using that login. So number of devices that are, and CTTL, it is most influencing factors in our uh, predicting the customer churn, customer will stay in company or not. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Kanjan, for giving us the brief on what we are going to cover today. So
Mm.
as he discussed, I mean, it is just a step-by-step guidance, and you need not use any code, and it will create a predictive use case. We will be showing you the data as well. And as many of our existing customers already know, that Smarten has been noted in various Gartner reports, like we are noted as a representative vendor for data in under data preparation report, and as a listed vendor for modern BI and analytics Gartner report. So under various reports, Smarten has been noted, and we are very proud of that. These are some of our customers, ranging from stockbroking industries like Sher Khan, to a very famous pipe manufacturing company Astral, to again a financial services and stockbroking company like Religare, and manufacturing group, which is again Raychem RPG. So we have customers ranging right from manufacturing to financial services to stockbroking, and pharmaceutical companies, and a lot of organizations from different industries are using Smarten. So yes, we can now directly move to the tool, and let's see Smarten in action. So Smarten is 100% browser-based solution. We are already logged in here, and it can be hosted anywhere. So you are free to host it on premise. If required, you can also host it on cloud. So it can be hosted anywhere. The instance which we are using currently, it is hosted on AWS. Let us first have a look at the data which we are going to use for the predictive analytics today, the customer churn data which we have, and then we will see the use case, right? So as Kanjan has already given us a brief about the data, but let us, I could see some of the attendees have just recently joined. So for them, this particular data is of an e-commerce company. And as we can see in this data, we have customer ID, customer status. So it is like won't churn or will churn. So that means will the customer be loyal to the organization, or they'll move to another competitor or rival, or they will leave our services, right? Then tenure is like how long the customer is associated with our company. Preferred login device, so whether they are using it from a mobile app or from your computer, then from which city they are, like whether from tier 1 city, 2 or 3, how I mean distance to home, how it is. Preferred mode of payment, like whether they're using a debit card or cash on delivery or credit card. What is the gender of the customer, hours spent on the app, number of device registered. Preferred order category, so we know that what is the preferred order category, whether it is fashion or laptop accessory or mobile phones. Satisfaction score which they might have given, marital status we have, number of addresses which we have, I mean, they may have under the app or their account, any complaint which they might have done since last 1 month. Order amount hike from last year. So last year, whatever was their amount, how much is the hike from last year? Promo code, promo coupon, if they have used any order account, we have days since last order, and average cashback amount. So this is the data which we have. We have just seen the data, and now we will create a predictive use case. So
Okay, thank you, Arpita. As she has explained the data, now we are ready to move forward with the predictor modeling. So to make a model, you just have to just simply go to new and create a Smarten Insight. And you will be presented with a simple interface to choose the data set.
So within Smarten Insight, you can simply select the data which we have seen right now. So I will just select that data.
Okay, so our data set is called e-commerce customer churn data set. And you simply have to click on next and follow the on-screen instruction. Next, it will ask you to run the model on sample data or not. So it depends on you. If your data size is big, then you can select run the model on sample data. Otherwise, you can take the full data. Since this data is relatively small, like 6,000 records, so yeah, I'm going to run this model on full data. And then it asks that, do you want to apply any kind of filters on it or not? So sometimes what happens is that you just want to run your model on based on some specific conditions and not want to train your whole data related with your business use case. That can be anything. So it just temporarily filters the data and the original data remains untouched. So let's say suppose you want to train your model on preferred payment mode, which are just cash on delivery, credit card and debit card. You don't want to include these two options. So you can just filter your data out. And suppose also a preferred order category is fashion, laptop and grocery. So you can filter your data and run your model based on this data only. But for this example, let's not filter our data and click on no, and just simply click on next. Then it will ask us to handle the outliers in the data. So what is an outlier? If you have heard this term before, outlier is an kind of extremely high or extremely low value relative to your whole data. So you can say it is a value that differs significantly from the rest of your data. If I can give you an example, you are running this e-commerce business and you are also registering people's age, right? And generally your people are between 18 to 70 age. But suppose one person is entering their age as 40, instead of 40, he enters 04 by mistake. So the age is registered as 4 instead of 40, which is an outlier because it is a different value than the general pattern in your data, like 18 to 70, right? So if you run the model with these outliers, your model might not be that much interpretable or reliable. It might make wrong predictions. So it is always advisable to treat the outliers. So Smarten gives you two options to treat the outliers. First is remove and second one is replace. So remove will simply remove those outlying data, like it will remove the data point with 4 value, or they can be other as well. And otherwise you can also replace those value. But for this example, let's stick to remove. And the second question is, how do you want to handle this missing values? So what are the missing values? Missing values are the values which do not exist in your data. And they are just the null values, right? So you can either remove or you can replace with some average value in your data. Let's remove the data, those values, and go ahead. Now this is the main screen. Smarten will give you a lot of options depending on your business use case. How do you want to proceed forward? So this is our customer churning use case. So we know that this is a classification use case. Otherwise, there are multiple options like forecasting, classification, clustering, correlation, regression, etc. And there are the related examples given here if you don't know. And in the upcoming version of Smarten, Smarten will be able to automatically identify your business use case and suggest you that your problem should be classification, just depending on your data. But for now, as we know, this our use case is classification, customers churning or not churning, yes or no. We are going with classification scenario. Right. So after clicking on it, whenever possible, Smarten will try to automatically suggest you the best possible recommendation based on target and predictors. Let me click on yes and explain you what does it mean. It will take a while. So Smarten will automatically give you the hint or suggest you that what should be your target based on the data. So it will dig into your data, try all the filters, try all the calculation, and come up with the idea that this should be your target. Churn status should be your target. And to predict the churn status, what should be your predictors? Automatically, it will suggest you that. So let's give it a minute. to calculate the target for you?
So from here onwards, I mean, the machine learning starts, and it will automatically identify the target as well as the predictors. And it will also give us a very small summary on up to what extent the predictors are affecting our target. So the previous page, which we are seeing, in which we had to select a technique for, doing our predictive use case. In our upcoming version, we are going to eliminate that step. But currently, under each of the methods, we have some examples given, which makes it easy for any user to select what use case they want.
So now Smarten has suggested us that preferred order category, which we have already seen in a previous demo, that was fashion or mobile phone or etc., should be your target, and this should be your predictors. But as we know that churn status should be our target, not that one. So it is not hard coded that whatever Smarten suggests, we should proceed with that. We can change that as well. And again, it asks you whether should we give it a try to suggest the predictors for it or not. So I'll just click on yes, and it will come up with some other predictors for, predicting the churn status. So it is trying to get the best predictors possible. Let's see what it suggests.
So all the users, I can see some questions popping up, but I would request all the users to use Q&A section, which you have in the below panel in Zoom, for any questions you may have. We will take all the questions after this webinar.
Yes, great. Churn status for predicting churn status, Smarten has suggested 3 predictors: tenure, any complaints since last month, and the third one is days since last order. So this, if you use these 3 predictors at least, you will be able to make a good prediction for churn, customers churning or not churning. But let's say from your business domain understanding, business intuition, you want to include other predictors as well, right? Like city tire, numbers of devices registered. Let's say I think satisfaction score should also be included in predicting churn status. It's on your intuition. It's just trial and error stuff. Let's say I want to use order count, preferred order category, and I don't think marital status should affect anything on the customer's churning, so I'm not including that. And if you click on apply, it will give you the new influencer importance chart below. Right. So as we can see, tenure has the highest impact on customers churning, and the followed by any complaints since last month, and the least one is order count. Right. So I think we should go forward. And if you're not satisfied with the results, you can always change these parameters afterwards, once the model is created. Right. So, and there is one last option, which is called apply data balancing, which is like, let's say you have your business has 10,000 customers, let's say, and out of those 10,000 customers, only 1,000 customers are churning, right? And 9,000 customers are not churning. So here is some kind of data imbalance. The ratio between these customers churning and not churning is not 1:1, right? So there should be something which balances your data. Otherwise, the model will be biased, right? So the data imbalance doesn't give a model the room to learn the internal relationship. So there should be done something beforehand. So here are 2 techniques: oversampling or undersampling. Undersampling will cut the data down, and oversampling will more data out of it by using some algorithm internally. So let's go with to resolve this problem of data imbalancing. And another question is, again, Smarten will auto recommend you the best algorithm if you don't know. Let's say you know that you want to use classification tree as one of your algorithms. If you know that this is going to work well, Smarten is giving various options where models to choose from, like support vector machines, binary logistic regression. But if you don't know what to apply, you can just click in yes, and Smarten automatically fit the best algorithm for you. And the last option is, do you want to perform key influencer analytics on the next step or not? Let's just keep it at no, and we will see afterwards what is this once the model is trained. And we have kept this as yes, so it will automatically identify which model should be the best for your data. The process is entirely automatic, so you don't have to worry about selecting the best parameters and best model for by yourself. It will automatically figure it out for you. Just give it a time, 1 to 2 minutes, and 1 to 2 minutes it will be done. Yeah.
We have certain webinars on data preparation as well as other capabilities of Smarten as well. You can visit the videos of those webinars on www.smarten.com. I'll send emails to all the attendees with those video links, so you can have an idea how to prepare the data before we are doing this predictive analytics, as well as now your system is automatically suggesting us the best fit algorithm, and here we have it.
Yes, great. System has suggested that classification tree algorithm should be the best choice for your data, and it has come up with 98.79% accuracy. What does that mean? It means that if you run this model in the real life, and whatever prediction it makes in real life, it will be 98% of time correct. It will be correct for the 98% of time. So this is pretty high accuracy. And even if you don't know how to interpret it, Smarten also give you the smiley icon. By looking at it, it is smiling, so it means the model is correct, and it is an excellent fit. Otherwise, if a model were giving you lower accuracy like 40 to 50, it would be frowning. So it's smiling, so we can proceed ahead. After that, this is kind of predictive modeling dashboard, you can say. Here you are presented with 4 different type of visualizations. First visualization is the tree plot. It will help you to understand how customers are churning based on which conditions. Like suppose the customer has tenure of less than 1.5 months, and any complaints since last month, you can just simply open up any node you want and reach to the final destination. A customer will churn or not churn. In case you want to investigate what's inside of the data, so this is whole tree plot. You can investigate inside and inside and inside, and you will see a customer will churn or not churn based on the question asked by the nodes, internal nodes. All right, I think that makes sense. The second one is dimension contribution map. This is a pretty interesting one. Here it will tell us what are the chances of customers churning based on the variable we have chosen here. So there are 2 categorical variables in our data. Any complaints since last month, yes or no, and preferred order category. Let's see what is it. So if a customer is not churning, then there are 75% chances that he has not raised any complaint in the last month, right? And if he's not churning, then there are only 24% chances that he has raised some complaint. But on the other side, if he's gonna churn, then there are 51 chances he has raised complaint. So by looking at this graph, you can understand what is going on based on why customer is churning, based on the parameters selected here. If you choose another parameter like preferred order category, if customer is not churning, then he is likely to come from laptop and accessory kind of preferred order category. And if he is going to churn, then mostly it is coming from mobile phone. This might make or may or may not make sense based on your business intuition, but this is the option if you want to look forward to. And then similarly, then there are 2 other visualizations, dimension counts and average measure by target classes. Nextly, what model has given us can be easily interpreted in the simple English language. So the second interpretation tab just tells you that. This is the same chart as we have seen in the previous stages. tenure and this influence and importance. So it has identified that tenure and any complaints since last month are giving the highest impact on customers churn. These all are giving the highest impact, but the top highest impacting features are tenure and any complaints since last month. So even if you want to dig into more, you can just scroll down and read it by yourself. It is simply in English. So if let's say customer is having lower tenure, then he is more likely to churn. As you can see, average tenure for the customer is, if it is 3 months, then he is likely to churn. And if the average tenure is higher, he is not going to churn. So likewise, it is also providing us with different stats and other cross-table analysis here. Right, and this is okay. This is possible. But you might be wondering, what's the point, right? So how can I make use of this model in the real life? So for that, Smarten provides you this functionality of single apply. Single apply will allow you to enter the data, enter any kind of data, and gives you the real-time predictions. So let's say a customer has raised a complaint. Let's say it's a fictional customer. Customer has raised a complaint in last month. Yes, then he's coming from, let's say, fashion industry itself. His tenure is 1 month. Days since last order, like for more than a week, he haven't done any kind of order. His orders are 2 only in his account. He's highly dissatisfied. So let's say his satisfaction score is 1. Number of devices registered, let's keep it to 4, and city tire is 3 or 2, whatever. And if we apply given this data values in the real time, he will give us it will give us the customer gonna churn or not. So based on this scenario, customers properties, it is suggesting that this customer will go to churn, right? So we should treat this customer based on our own policy. Like if its tenure is higher, let's say, and days since last order is not that much, and satisfaction is even higher, like 5, and if we apply it, it is giving us he is not going to churn. So based on multiple combinations of your customer, you can determine whether the customer is going to churn or not churn. And similarly, there is one more tab called simulation. Here you don't have to put any kind of value by typing it. You can simply scroll and see the result here directly. You don't have to put any kind of values. Satisfaction score 1.8. Yeah, lower satisfaction score leads to churning or not churning. City tire is 1. So there will be multiple possible combinations here, obviously. Now I would like Arbuda to explain you what are the other tabs.
Right.
Yeah.
So the way we saw single apply, there is an option like once you save this, you also have an option to upload an entire Excel sheet or maybe also associate a data set. So if you have a list of new customers, like after you have prepared this model, if you have a list of new customers, against each of the customers, you will have the details like whether the customer will churn or not churn. This kind of details. This is the data which we have, which we have used, and predicted data which we can see here. If you can just scroll and showcase. So this is the predicted churn status we have. On the top right, we have certain options to manage this data. You can manage the columns, like in case if you want to take a predicted churn status on the top, just side by side besides the churn status, and see like what was the actual and what Smarten has predicted it for us. You can check it right from there. Same way, there are also other options to manage the columns. So in case if you want any additional column, you can pick it up from here and you can click on apply. You can even export this particular data. So on the top right corner, there are 3 options which are available, and this exported data can also be used for your dashboards or reports or graphs or anything. So that option is also available. there is an option you can we can also change quick settings of this particular module, like in case if you want to change model parameters as well. So currently we have seen churn status. Let's say if you want to maybe predict a preferred order category, you want to identify that a particular customer will log into, I mean, is likely to go for which order category, right? So in that case, you can change the model parameters from here. Right from here, you don't have to create a new use case. Right from here, you can change the model parameters, and automatically it is going to suggest the uh, uh, predictors as well. There are some options of data processing available. So here the same, I mean, filters which we have seen ahead of this, like how to handle the outliers or missing values or data balancing, and then some other filters. So in case if you want to, change the model parameter, you can do it right from here. So these are the options which are given here. Filtering of the data like sample data, or if you want to apply filter on any particular segment, you can do it right from here. Under the quick settings, basically, last one. Yeah, under the quick settings, I mean, it is showing you that there are different methods. It has selected classification tree. In case if you want to override, you can, change it to other method and see what results does it give. You can also fine tune the parameters from here. So in case if you want to, if you put on the auto option off, you can, change the depth of it, and you can click on apply. So you can increase and decrease, and you can click on apply. There are quick settings available. So in case if you want to, change the number on x-axis or y-axis, or make any changes to pagination, you can do it right from here. Let us also have the look at key influencer analysis which we have. So Smarten also has capability of key influencer analysis. So from your data, not only it selects the target, it also gives you that what are the predictors which is affecting your target, and automatically it has generated this key influencer analysis report as well. So if you have, we can see the tenure is selected, which is one of the highest influencing factor on our or predictor on our customer churn status. So you can see that, highest odds are in 0 to 3 months compared to, 4 to 6 months, or maybe 19 to 31 months. So it has also given us the visualization. Then just besides that, we have another chart of breakdown of churn status by tenure. So how it is associated, like tenure wise, I mean, what would be the parameters of customer will churn or not churn. It also gives us an interpretation report. We can load it from here. So it is giving us that there is a significant association between churn status and tenure. So wherever the average tenure is, more. So here we can see it has given us a tab. Wherever the average tenure is around 9.75 months, there are higher chances that the customer will not churn. They will be loyal to the organization. And if the average tenure is less, which is around like 2.81 months, there are higher chances that customer will churn. And below that also we have a table for, tenure versus customer churn, wherein we have the maximum, minimum, average, sum and count. Various odds ratio it has provided us, and wherever there are significant changes, it is highlighted in dark. So under 0 to 3 category of tenure, you can see the churn and not churn uh, values which we have. It is also giving us a box plot, and it is giving us some observations like what is the average value of tenure, what is the most frequent value observed, and different observations which are very, very important, which helps us understand how this model was built. So it not only gives us influences which are affecting our target, but it also gives us a complete report that up to what extent the influencers are affecting our target. It also provides a complete model summary, which is for the data scientist team. So in case if you have a data scientist team within your organization, you can share it with them, and it will help them understand this model much better. And basically it is also for the business users. They can read it and it is pretty much self-explanatory. So this will help them understand the model really well. Yeah, so most of the features we have already covered, and we are also going to do a lot of other webinars on a lot of other predictive use cases which we are going to create. We are ready to take questions and answers. We'll be giving the answers to your questions. Let us know if you have any questions. There is a Q&A section uh, in your below panel of Zoom. So you can type in your questions there and we will be more than happy to answer. So for webinars related to data preparation and other capabilities of Smarten, like clickless analytics or sentiment analytics, you can find the webinar videos on www.smarten.com. I'll share the link of the videos to all the attendees. And if you have any questions, you can write to us. You can also get a 30 days free trial. You can avail your trial version from the website itself. Yes, so we are ready to take the questions, if any. Yeah, Jai any questions? You can put it in the Q&A section, sir. Okay, so Mr. Jay has a question. Can we perform real-time multivariant time series forecasting? Kanjan or Ayush, if you would like to take this.
Yes, we can perform the real-time multivariate time series forecasting in Smarten.
Yeah, and Jaiji, if you have any data, you can discuss it with us. I mean, we can, after understanding the data, we will be able to give you more insights on that. So you can share the data with us. Kanjan and Ayush will review the same, and they can help you with the best possible use case with the data you may have. So let us know. Self-serve data preparation, there is a separate video available on the website. I'll share it with that. So Smarten also has a data preparation module wherein you can prepare the data without writing ETL scripts or SQL queries. There is a separate webinar or video available on the website. I'll share it with the users. Any other questions from the attendees? All right, so I don't think we have much questions here, and I'll write an email to all the attendees later on as well. If you have any questions, we will be more than glad to answer that. So yeah, Ayush or Kanjan, would you like to give any closing note? All right, so Jaiji, yeah, you can type in the questions here, sir. Because there are a lot of attendees, so we have disabled the speaker allowance for the attendees. You can type in the question. Yeah, Mr. Jay, I think I have given you the rights to discuss your question. Or you can type in the questions in the Q&A section. So in case if someone has missed the initial a few minutes of this webinar, we will be sharing this recording with them. Okay, so we have a question. So question is, I'm getting real-time data from IT/OT sensor, and I would like to predict my target variable for future 20 minutes, for example.
Yeah, Yeah, you can do that in Smarten, like providing the data. After preparing the data, we can use the forecasting model of assistive predictive modeling, and you can predict the next future 20 minutes or 1 hour, 4 hours. You choose any type of frequency from the from the our target and predictor selection screen. You can choose any kind of frequency for that. For forecasting time series problem, we are right now we are using Arima, simple Arima, Arimax, and Halt Winter algorithms. Yeah.
So Jaiji, hope we have answered your question.
Okay.
Let me know if you want. I can arrange a, individual call with the Khanjan and Ayush, and we can understand your data and type of model you would like to predict, and we will be more than happy to guide you on the same, like how it is achievable through Smarten, Mr. Jay. All right, so.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, Jaiji. I shall get in touch with you, and I can arrange a call with Khanjan and Ayush. Based on your availability, we can discuss your use case, and we'll be more than happy to help you. All right, so attendees, thank you so much for attending this webinar, making it very, very, very interactive. And we are going to come up with more webinars on predictive use cases. And you can, I'll share the recording of this webinar and other webinars related to clickless analytics, or maybe data preparation or sentiment analysis, or any other capabilities of Smarten. You can simply log into www.smarten.com and you will find all the videos available there. Meanwhile, in case if you have any questions, you can write an email to us. We will be more than happy to answer. And sure. So thank you again for attending this webinar, and it was very nice talking to you all this afternoon. Stay tuned to other webinars on predictive analytics. We'll keep you posted for the same. All right. So thank you.
Okay.
We are just ending this over here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.